Hi guys, so today I always forget I have this tattoo and it's so visible. I'm getting this tattoo removed, by the way. That's why it does not look like a very it looks like a badly done tattoo, because I'm on currently my 7th or 8th session and it might take double the amount to finally get rid of it, but I'm spacing it out every 3 months so that hopefully I would require less sessions with the time I'm having. Anyways, today, let me put you guys a bit higher, there we go. Doing my everyday makeup routine video. I have not been on YouTube. This video will be edited and uploaded by today or tomorrow, but I have not been consistent on YouTube and I want to be consistent on YouTube now. I don't know why I had the time. I just feel as though at 24 I just want to start doing it now. So it has always been my lifelong dream to have a YouTube channel. In this video I just want to talk to you guys a bit about myself so you guys can get to know me and my life. So I had a very religious upbringing. So I came to the UK when I was 3. I was born in India. I came to the UK when I was 3 years old, and I'm already getting makeup on my trousers, but luckily they're black, so hopefully it won't stain. So guys, I have a Canon G7. Oh shit! I have a Canon G7X, and I don't know about you, but I have so much like issues with it focusing. Like even now I feel like it's not even focused. Like now it is once I tap on my face, but like it doesn't really focus. If it keeps going out of focus, I'm very sorry, I can't really help it. Okay, so let me begin. I do need to get my brows done actually. I don't know how long it's been since I got my brows done. Anyway. Okay, so first thing I'm using is an orange colour corrector. As you can tell, I have got quite prominent hyperpigmentation on my face, and that's just genetic. It's from my dad, but I love it. I think a lot of model scouts love it as well, and I've learned to embrace it. I was really insecure about it, but I've learned to embrace it, so thanks, Dad. Anyways, yeah, so I came with it when I was 3 years old. I had a really religious upbringing. My mum would bring me to church every Sunday. She was a really religious lady. She was not perfect though. I'm not gonna say no one's perfect, but like my mum just wanted me to embrace my Indian culture and my Indian values, as well as have also a good British upbringing. Oh my god, I didn't realise how this was. This is going terribly today, and I don't have any makeup wipes in sight, so I'm just gonna grab some tissue. I just don't know why it's going terribly today, the day I decided to film. Okay, we are back. Okay, so yeah, I had a super, is it gonna focus? I had a super religious upbringing, and my mum was very strict. She was an Indian mum. My dad and mum divorced when I was quite young, and yeah, I was glad, to be honest, they got divorced, because they were really not fit for each other. And yeah, the concealer that I'm using is the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Erase Concealer. This is in the shade 10, which is caramel. And when I apply the product, you can see that it is slightly darker than my skin tone, and it's very warm, because I will be going in with another concealer in a little bit just to cool it up a little bit and to lighten up my skin a little bit. Okay, so let me just begin by telling you a little bit about my upbringing. So yeah, I couldn't really do what I wanted to do. I had to kind of do what my mum wanted me to do, and my mum was very strict, and she basically, I'm not saying she was a bad mother at all. She just had a certain ways that she wanted to raise me, and I don't think kind of I would adopt the same way of raising my kids when I have kids, just because I kind of want them to do what they want in their life, and I just want to be like a guide to them, you know, a guide for them, and just to allow them to be who they want to be as opposed to like what I want for them. Because I think my mum had like a dream that her kid would go to Oxford and her kid would be like a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer. That was her kind of dream, and so now I'm going with a slightly lighter shade. If you're the same skin tone as me, I am going for the number 8 on this one, so it's a lot lighter. This is like, I would say very similar to my skin tone, maybe slightly lighter, but yeah, this is like the process I go through all the time. But yeah, people don't realise how much makeup I wear either. They just think I don't wear any foundation, but I do. But yeah, I think I would go with like a lot less product if I didn't have such significant pigmentation on my under eyes. But yeah, that's just like the way I like to roll. But yeah, let me just get into it and tell you guys a bit more. So yeah, so I was brought to go to so many retreats and like religious retreats. I was brought to like so many, like I was surrounded by like the Indian community as well, and I was put into a secondary school that was Catholic, and basically everything, my life was kind of revolved around God. And my mum like was just someone who was just a very typical Asian. If you guys are from India, you'll know this term, Malu mum. And yeah, so I don't really know how to describe it, but she is someone who probably had the most influence on me, and has kind of shaped me to who I am now. I do look very similar to my mum, but I also look a lot like my dad as well, so I don't know. Like she has shaped me to who I am now. I've probably spent the most time with her as well. And I've got siblings as well, which are older than me. So what I want to say is, like, my mom would not have accepted modelling as a career for me to do, even though like people would constantly say to her apparently that like I should be a child model, I'm like so cute, like people would always kind of push my mum, but she would not allow me to go into that kind of industry because she didn't want me to get like a bad influence from it, or she didn't want me to like, you know, be into the whole media and get lost. How she kind of like describes it, she didn't even like me too much living in London, because she would say I don't want you to get lost in London, because she didn't want me to get like a bad influence on sort of the fame if it did kind of come to my life. But yeah, like, by the way guys, I have put on SPF and I've put on moisturizing cream, SPF moisturizing cream as well, but that's just I use a Vena cream and I use a Nivea's SPF 50 or something. That's like a no-brainer. I don't think I have to like tell you guys about it. So that is my base done. So I use Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation in the shade 6.25, that is my shade. So yeah, I always use a high-end foundation. I never use any other one. I used to, but I just realised how much better high-end is. Okay, so let me just tell you guys a bit more. So I really wanted to be a model from a young age. Like if my mum had said, Chelsea, like I would support you with your modelling, like I want you to start it, I would have. Like I think when I was like 14, 15, 16, that's when people realised that I had like the ideal model body and the face for it, and a lot of people were telling me to go for it. I've always kind of not been too into sport, with the fact that it kind of affects your body too much. And I've always like done activities where like I've always kept my skin in good condition, and like, yeah, so I didn't really have, I always kind of knew that modeling was going to be something that I would do, but my mum would never allow me to do it because she did not want me to do it. She would rather me, like, I don't think she'd ever really want me to do it. Even when I started doing it at 18, she didn't want me to do it. Like, she was I think it was the whole modesty thing as well, because she's always like raised me to be really modest, and for her to see me post bikini pics or like underwear or lingerie and stuff, it was really hard for her to see that, and I do kind of sympathize. But like, I think it's just because I've had a British upbringing. For me, it's just like not really that weird, and it's not because of the fact she's Indian, I would say, but that's because there's a lot of conservative Indians out there, but there's a lot of conservative British people out there. People don't really talk about it. It's just because it's not as common as Indian conservative people. But like, yeah, for brows I use Maybelline's Express Brow. Okay, and I'm gonna do my lips now. And for lips, I like to use NYX's crayon in Cold Brew, and for lippy I use 642 Latte Beige, which is like a really nice pinky shade. It's not really beige, it's pinky, so it doesn't wash me out. So yeah, like for her, it was difficult for her to understand, and for my sisters to understand. My dad was always away. He lives in India during this whole time. But when I turned 19, and that's when I wanted to start doing it. I did a bit of research into it when I was 18, but 19 is when I started visiting modelling agencies and stuff. And yes, it was during COVID, but modelling was still happening during COVID. Surprise, surprise. And I got signed and stuff, but it was a really hard process. I couldn't... My mum really didn't speak to me for a long time. My sisters as well, they were really against it. And my whole like family, even my dad back in India, even found out that I started modelling. And he was so against it. Just not because of the fact that like I'm a model and I'm posting on Instagram, but I think it's mainly because of like the topic of modesty was really important. And maybe like I could have made it a bit easier on them and just not post bikini, lingerie or anything that was revealing too much. But I realized a lot of like my posts, even if it was like everyday clothes that I would wear, even for them it wouldn't be acceptable because I was showing too much stomach or showing too much of my collarbone area. So it was really hard for me to even keep up. Even when I was, even when like I was trying to be modest, it still wasn't modest enough for them. So I realized I'm never gonna win, because no matter how hard I try to be like modest, it still won't be okay for them, because my idea of modesty is so different to their idea of modesty. So yeah, like everyone's, and I shouldn't have to dress in a certain way just to like please them. They should just accept me for the way I am. So yeah, that was like this whole idea. But like, yeah, I moved away from home, and that was really hard for me, because like it was not in a really organized manner, it was a really messy manner. And like, yeah, so if I was to tell you how I wanted like to live my life, I would have had a life very similar to like Amanda Steele. I was recently watching her videos, or like My Life as Ava. Like they used to be the people I used to watch all the time, or like Danielle Carolyn. Like I used to want to be an influencer so bad, like Emily Ratajkowski as well, but she doesn't really influence as much. But what I'm trying to say is like, that was the kind of life I wanted to live. Like I would want to be in the media. Like I love taking pictures. A lot of my friends at that time would have like known that I love taking pictures of myself, and I love to like I was really obsessed with myself from a really young age. And that's because I was really confident in myself, and I was really happy with my appearance and my figure, and I was always told that like I have the perfect body and the perfect like face. Obviously not all the time, some people would call me skinny and some people would call me fat, but majority of the time people were really like, they would only say good things about my figure, so I was really confident in myself and really happy. But yeah, like I really like found this mascara is amazing, by the way. This is what Kendall uses. Her lashes always look so good. And this is the L'Oreal, what is this called? L'Oreal Panorama Volume Million Lashes Mascara. It's so good, and the packaging makes it look so expensive as well when it's just a drugstore mascara. And look how lengthening my lashes look. It's so nice. Okay, so yeah, I just want to say that my mum is probably my closest person I have in this world right now, but she wasn't always. And at some point I really did not, like, I just not hate her, but really did dislike her at some point in my life, mainly because of how badly they and my mum and my sisters were like treating me at the time when I started modeling and trying to find my feet in this whole career. Like it was just so like on and off. Sometimes they would be like, oh, we really support you, and sometimes they would just constantly talk bad about the way I dress, about the makeup that I would wear, and like the jewelry and the nails and everything. I was just trying to find myself, and I think for them, it was really hard for them to like accept that, and I think it was really difficult for me. I felt like I was back at school getting bullied because I don't know why, but you know how people get bullied. That's kind of like how I felt, and it was a really sad time for me. And my mum has apologized. I did talk to her about it. She has apologized. I don't really speak much to my sisters, but my sister has a nephew, and I am very close with my nephew, and I do want to maintain a relationship with my nephew, so for that sake I do have a relationship with my sister. But yeah, like it is really like what a really, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like I am still close to my family, but I'm not as close as I was before, because obviously this is an optional step. So usually I can go out the house like this because like I'm really comfortable with not wearing eyeliner, but this is an additional step, is to apply on some eyeliner. So this one is, I think this is Revolution. Most of the time I get my eyeliner from India, but this one is the It eyeliner. Looks like this. It's from Revolution, but it's very similar the way it looks to the India one, just because I can't always go out to India to buy stuff. But yeah, I just like to put some on the top of my eyes. And as you can see, I'm doing my mascara before, because I didn't always used to do this step before, mascara before, but I can't always curl my lashes once I got eyeliner on, because I have to wait forever for it to dry. Okay. Sometimes I like to add a bit of a flick, sometimes I don't. I feel like when I add a little bit of a flick, it makes me look a bit East Asian. But I'm South Asian, so I want to just embrace my South Asianness in this video, or in my everyday makeup. But yeah, like I was told I wasn't allowed a boyfriend as well, so like however, I was in a bit of a not a secret relationship, but like in a relationship with a guy. I've only had really one relationship in my life, but that was like so long term. We were like on and off for such a long period of time. And we really did love each other. So I was really lucky to have experienced love at such a young age with a certain somebody. And he had the best fashion sense as well, which was nice because I cannot be with someone who doesn't have a good fashion sense. He was just funny, he was just like the perfect man for me, but unfortunately we broke up. Sad times. Oh my god, this is reminding me of like how I would do my makeup when I was like 16, 17, like a baby. Like even when I was like a baby, like my sisters would always put like eyeliner on me only. It really reminded me of those times. But yeah, this is the look. So guys, I finished up my eyeliner and I've just, you know, let my hair free. But yeah, so when I want to have like a bit of a heavy eyeliner, this is what I do. But I'm actually really loving this look. I feel like when I've got eyeliner on, it just makes me, just gives me that bit of a confidence boost, and I feel like it really brings out my eyes, and therefore I am just obsessed. Anyway, love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. How lovely are my nails? So cool.